TYT Sports, everybody. Ben and Heather.
Hi.
So, Rex Ryan, did you see the game?
I didn't see the game.
You've seen the highlights?
But neither did Rex, apparently.
Right. So Rex Ryan coaching his first preseason game of the season and playing Detroit. And Rex Ryan, of course, as we know, is the defensive coordinator, right? And a great one. That's what everybody that's his claim to fame, is the defense. And the Jet defense, when they were good, the defense was great. So, well, explain exactly what happened and why there's some objection in the New York media to what Rex Ryan did against the Lions.
And I think it's more than just the New York media. Actually, I feel like he's sort of taking a hit in the media all over for having his back to the field when Mark Sanchez threw an interception, and also, from what I understand, when Geno Smith rolled his ankle. His two quarterbacks vying for the starting position, both huge plays, didn't see either of them.
Because he was talking to the defense.
Because he was huddled up talking to the defense.
The defense had done something. He was coaching. He was coaching the defense. Now, first of all, do you really need to watch when Mark Sanchez is playing so you can see the pick six?
He did say, he's like, well, I heard it. I heard the fans going crazy, and I looked up, and yeah, Sanchez threw an interception.
Mark Sanchez was playing, and what do you know? A ball was picked off and returned for a touchdown by I'm so sorry.
Mark
Sanchez. I apologize. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
You know what? Rex Ryan doesn't want your apology.
Yeah, so who gives a shit? I really and so Ryan, here's what Ryan said, is that he says that every coach misses a play here and there, saying the only difference between him is that he wasn't afraid to admit it. And I think that is largely true.
I disagree. I think it's true in the sense that if they were, looking at where all the action was happening and missed a penalty, and I didn't see that part, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch the tape. That I understand. But to have your back turned when your offense is playing and your quarterbacks are in a quarterback duel, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's a whole separate thing.
I think, first of all, I think he knows what Mark Sanchez can do. I think so I got that maybe there's more value to see Geno Smith. But let's take this. So, okay, most coaches probably don't miss plays that their quarterbacks make.
No, they probably don't. They really probably don't.
But if you see something that happened on defense that you feel like you can correct, you're one of the top 5 defensive minds in the NFL, right? Top 10, whatever, in Rex Ryan. And you think, I got to go talk to these guys and make a point now that can help them. I got to coach something now. I would argue that that's a decision that a coach can make, and if it means that they turn their back on 2 offensive plays while they make that point, what's the big deal? Everyone who's ever been to a football game knows the only place to see it is on TV anyway. He's got to go back and watch it.
Correct.
Of course he's going to watch it. Does it really matter? Especially in the preseason.
Maybe I would give you that it is a preseason game, and perhaps that is, when these young guys are really needing to be coached and when they're actually on the field, and there can be a learning moment at any given time, for sure. But I just feel like those are 2 huge plays that you should have been watching.
Yeah, but would they not have happened?
No, they would have happened.
And for literally what difference does it make?
So we know that Sanchez is always going to throw interceptions.
Fuck. Yeah.
I think he pretty much handed it off, actually, that interception. It looked like he was just like, ding, ding. Right
I just think it's it's funny. To me, it makes me like Rex Ryan more because it makes me think that he is thinking differently. And I love everybody who thinks differently.
I don't think that there's any question whether or not Rex Ryan thinks differently.
That's true. At some point, there will be an NFL coach who punts 28 times a year, 25 times a year, who just doesn't punt. I believe it should be a team with a great quarterback and a great offense. It should not be the Jets, I don't think, although I'd be willing to argue that a bad team maybe should always go for it on 4th down. But nonetheless, I'd be willing to hear people out on that. But at some point, somebody is going to say every time it's 4th and 5 or fewer, what I would do if I were an NFL head coach, I could not design a play. I don't know how to do it, right? I can't run a sweep. I don't. But I know how to run the clock. And I know when to go for it.
You play a lot of Madden, don't you?
I've never played Madden in my life.
Really?
Not one time.
That's where you learn a lot of clock management, but continue.
But I've watched. I'm smart about that kind of stuff. I'm dumb about a lot of things, but I'm smart about that. Why on earth you automatically punt on 4th down has been a mystery to me since the time I was 12.
Really?
Yeah, we bemoan turnovers. We know that turnovers are the worst thing that can happen in a game, and yet we consciously turn the ball over 8 times a game. by giving it away.
That's what you feel, that punting a ball
It
is
is
consciously
giving
turning
the ball to the other team.
over.
It's turning the ball over to the other team. It's
It's
doing
giving them. Well,
You're
I
hoping-
would argue to say that you're giving them. You're trying to get better field position for your defense.
Right, I
So
got it. But
You could turn it over right there on your own 5-yard line.
you're
or
moving it 40 yards.
Yeah.
That's that's your average punt net, right?
Okay.
Around there, more or less. So you're moving it 40, 45 yards, 35 yards, sometimes 28 yards, but it's still turning it over. And I got it. If you're 13-13 and you're your own 35-yard line and it's 4th and 7, you punt. I'm not an idiot. I would have a punter on my team. I would employ one. But man, if you're past your own 35, 40-yard line and it's 4th and less than 5, I mean, I would look at what my team's conversion rates were on 3rd and 4, on 3rd and 3, on 3rd and 2, on 3rd and 5, because they're going to apply on 4th down. I just wouldn't give up the ball. I wouldn't give up the ball. I would have to be talked out of it. My temptation every time would be like, and when I say every time, I'm not talking about 4th and 10 from your own 8.
Sure.
Would be, tell me why we're supposed to punt here. Why wouldn't we keep the ball? Why wouldn't we keep the ball if we're good?
But a lot of what your defense, how good your defense is, can your defense stop their offense? That comes into play. If you've got a crappy defense, then you're certainly not going to attempt to turn the ball over on even your 30-yard line.
If you have a crappy defense, I wouldn't let them on the field. I would go for it all the time if I had a crappy defense. I think people think about it backwards. I think if you have a great defense, then the defense will occasionally cover for your mistakes.
So what you're hoping?
4th and 5 from your own 37-yard line, you go for it. You have a great defense. Well, maybe they won't even get a first down. They'll have to kick a 53-yard field goal and they'll miss it. Like there are ways out of it. Like a good defense, there's always talk. The announcers always say, you punt because you respect your defense. And I would say, I respect my defense, so I'm not going to punt because I'm willing to put my defense in a tough spot because they'll get me out of it because they're men and they don't need coaches apologizing to them. So I just think coaches, the NFL is literally thinking about it wrong. You could increase your number of plays, your chances to get a first down by 33%. Instead of 3 plays, I got 4. It changes how you think about second down. It changes everything.
It does change everything. But so why is this going to be a topic on TYT Sports? Are you
Because nobody does it.
the team?
Nobody does it. But at some point, there's going to be a young coach, probably a college coach, probably a Chip Kelly-like guy, because they go for it a lot more in college, who will say, I have Michael Vick and I have great wide receivers. I'm not punting on 4th and 4 at the 47-yard line. And if I don't make it, it's not the fucking end of the world. The game doesn't end because I don't make it. All it means is that we gave up a 40-yard play. The upside is I might get the 4 yards and keep the ball and drive and score and pound another team into the dust. And I want to see
Very
it happen.
interesting, Ben.
And I think Rex Ryan, by virtue of turning his back on Geno Smith and Mark Sanchez, is that guy.
Okay, thank you.
By the way,
I'm glad you pulled that all together.
Don't do it with the Jets. I just mean he thinks differently, and he thought this is a coaching moment and not a moment where I'm going to have to look it on film anyway.